Good morning, welcome back to the Finca. We're in the Hay Loft today. We've spent the morning chatting, discussing, planning because we need to make a start now on this room, as we said in our video yesterday, day before, I can't remember. And obviously before we start putting floors in or even doing the ceiling, we need to think about lights, we need to think about sockets, we need to think about plumbing and things. So today we thought we'd share with you our plans.
Yes, this is the first room we've actually done, I say from scratch, but it's not totally from scratch, but since we started documenting all this and filming it, obviously the bedroom's done and that. But yes, as Sharon just said, it's a grave, stupid mistake to start to put your floors in and put your ceilings in and do your walls or whatever before you've got your main electrical plumbing installations in, because you just can't put them in after. Well, you can use conduit running down the walls and stuff, and in a beautiful old stone building, that's just a no-no. So we spent the morning doing this.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing this room now. I can't do any work on the stable today because I've run out of nails and the builder's merchants.
They're closed, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
So, you know, in the meantime we're going to be cracking on with this over the next few weeks now, in between doing other things as well. So we thought we'd take you right through the whole process step by step. So we'll start off and show you what we've done. Right, so first of all, when we did the bedroom, the same thing applied. We had to think about what we needed in this room, because we know we've had all the services behind the headboard that we've built. So obviously the electricity comes from here, and we've got maybe a temporary consumer unit there. It's functioning, it's very simple. That currently powers the bedroom and the bathroom. So when we put that in, we've actually got the hot and cold water behind here, because the hot tank is just on this wall behind me, and obviously we need a cold feed for that. So I can tap into the cold for the sink that's going to go. We're having this fireplace here, and then we're going to have a little gap. We're going to be having the cooker about here. We're going to have a bit of worktop in the corner, and then the sink is going to go here. Because the pipes are right there. The waste for the sink is this one here. We put that in, obviously we have to put it in, because how would we put that in now to get it to go to the waste that it joins the bathroom waste going out in the corner over there? There's just no way, this is what we're getting at, there's no way now we could have put that in from where we're at, unless we run it down through the kitchen, which is miles away from the waste where we want it. The other thing we have to think about, the room below as well. If you've seen before, we've already got lights in over the temporary workshop that I put in, that bank of lights. We've got the two switches which are just there that run down, one for the outside light and the kitchen light that we've put in. These switches here are for the lights in the utility room, two cables, double switch, remember. Two banks of lights in there, which is under the bedroom. Again, we couldn't put it in now, you know, or unless you start pinning wires to your beams and stuff, which is it's just poor, isn't it? Nobody would want that. The other thing we've got now, we're having a dining table downstairs, and we'll go and show you in a minute. But we want, obviously, I'm going to probably make a light out of some old piece of wood, like I did in the bedroom, that'll hang over that. So I need to get power into there before we start doing anything with the floor here. And the same applies with the ceiling. We're gonna be cladding this, as we've said many times, but we need lights in it. So I can't just go ahead and clad it, and then, you know, I've got to get the cables running into the places where we want the lights. So we've worked out we're going to have a dining table under the window there, so we want two lights or at least one power supply above it. We're going to have a light over the cooker there, a light over the sink there, so I need to get cables and switches in for those as well. And then this is going to be the main seating area in front of the fire. We're not having a telly up here, we don't really watch telly. Might play guitar or something, but so obviously we need a couple of lights up here, again with the switches for them. So you really, you know, to anyone who's considering doing this sort of thing, do spend the time. You've got to see the end result, and that's quite often the most difficult thing. You've got to have a clear picture in your head, or draw it out, get a designer to draw it out for you if you're not, you know, if you're not that way inclined. And then you've got to make sure you've got all your stuff in for your downstairs rooms, your next room if you've not done that. So when you get to there, it's all there ready. You just pick it up and carry on. We're not doing the whole house in one go, as you know, but that's why we can just do with one room at a time. But we've got to think about the rooms next to it, the rooms below it, to make sure we've got everything in place that we want. So yeah, hope that helps. Let's crack on.
Okay, the step. When we first built the step, the idea was that we would raise the floor and therefore it wouldn't be such a huge step. However, we're not now raising this bit of the floor because we'd never get through the door. This is the lowest part of the room, if you like. The top corner there, if you can see that, bearing in mind we had animal troughs in here, that is higher, much higher, and I think that was with a view to swilling them out and everything would run down and out through the door. So we've got scope to raise that part of the floor where the kitchen and living area is going to be. But really, as I say, if we raise this anymore, we're going to be in trouble getting through the door. So what we've now decided to do is we're going to bring this step, another step, I'm going to build a smaller lower step, bring it round here, and then incorporate, the fire's going to be in here, that needs to be on a plinth of some kind. So we'll bring this round and incorporate the fire plinth in here, and then this bit we're just going to put another koi carpet down, if you can see the one that we've got in the hallway there, the entranceway, all the way along there, so we can come through the door. We don't need to worry about our shoes, taking our shoes off to walk on the nice wooden floor. We've got this piece of carpet that will go right the way along here to join the one in the entrance hall. Hope that makes sense. So then that leaves this bit, which I said is totally unlevel. It's all sloping down this way, so that needs to be nice and level. So in order to achieve that, from our entrance bit, we're going to have a step up, and you'll get it all nice and level, and then that will be all nice tongue and groove wooden floor. So that should look really cool. We'll have two distinct areas, the living kitchen area and the dining area, which will table here under the window. Yeah, that's the plan.
The other thing is the flue. We had to put it there because obviously we've got the ceiling of the bathroom if we came any further over, and we obviously didn't want a hot thing going over a wooden ceiling. So that, you know, you've seen where that comes out in the bedroom. That one's out through the bedroom, which will hopefully heat the bedroom. Quite common to do this in Spain, and out the wall and up above the roof. But I'm going to put an angle on there, obviously, and we're just going to run that down basically here, so it'll pull the stove well away from where the kitchen area is going to be. But in the meantime, I don't need to, now we've thought about the wiring, the electrics for the ceiling, I can carry on, but right now I just need to carry on filling my holes.
So I'm back in my little room. I'm going to carry on today with the rest of the stones. This bit here has all been done, and I've only done it once and it's come up a treat, so I'm really pleased about that. Don't have to go over it again. Still a couple of stubborn bits on this stone and a couple of the others on this wall, but yeah, I'm going to get this finished today so that all the mess is out of the way, and then Andy can carry on, get the ceiling finished and get the stud wall in on this side, put the sink in, and we're there. Exciting.
And I almost forgot, I promised to show you down here, this stone thing here, we're going to turn this into well, a bench basically. Not quite sure how yet. So put some cushions on it, maybe put a back on it. I don't know. It doesn't matter at the moment. It's a long way ahead. But we're going to have, this is the kitchen obviously, but we're going to have a dining table here as well. So in the winter when it's cold, we only got to keep one room nice and warm. We don't have to be heating the whole house. But again, we need some lighting for it. I'm probably going to make a light, some sort of light, maybe out of rebar or out of another piece of timber if I can find an equally nice one for the bedroom. But I need a switch on the wall, and the wires need to go up under the floor that we're going to put in, and then come down, sort of, we're not decided where yet, but where we want them. So again, you know, if I'd done the floor upstairs, I'd have to start maybe trying to, I don't know, how would I get the power wire in, never mind the switch, you know. So you really need to think about these things. We keep stressing. Right, I've put another row in all along the top, filling those holes up. They're nearly there, just a couple of bits now, so that's good. I forgot before, this wall is thinner than the rest for some strange reason, from about here. And it actually is south facing, it gets pretty warm to the touch, whereas the thicker walls don't. So what we're going to do, we're going to put we're going to clad that out with and insulate it, board it and insulate it to help to keep the heat out in the summer, and obviously keep the heat in the winter. When we build this kitchen, obviously, if it's got a false wall in there, it's a lot easier to put all the sockets in and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd throw that in. What I've got to do now, I'm going to keep potting on with these in bits, these holes where the joists go in, but I need to work out my electrics. We're having a double socket by the door, or a double switch by the door over there. One will put the lights on that are going to be over the dining table, and the other two lights over the seating area. And then we'll have a switch somewhere on this false wall that'll put the lights on in the kitchen. So I need a double switch, a single switch, cabling basically, and make sure we've got enough junction boxes, connectors and the lights and things. So I'll go and check that now.
Well, that's it, it's done. Just hope it dries as well as this did, because don't need to do it again then. Gonna clear up my mess because I made a real mess on the floor, and I need to go and do some shopping. So when I come back, I'll have a look what it's dried like, and fingers crossed, and then I can get on with the pointing.
Right, so I've got 3 junction boxes, one for each bank of lights. I've only got 5 lights and 1 bulb, because I was trying to remember what I'd done with them, but I used them in that light in the kitchen, didn't I, that didn't come with bulbs. So I need to order some more of those. I've got 1 double switch, which will do for by the door for the dining table and the sitting area lights. I need a single one for the kitchen area, so I'm going to order one of them. I've got a metal back box that will go in the wall by the door, and a back box that will fit in the stud wall we're going to build, the insulating wall. And I've got loads of connectors, boxes of the quick connectors, and cable for the lights themselves. I should have enough cable to do a run round for them out of the thicker 1.5mm lighting cable. So yes, I just need to order a few bits and then we can crack on with this. Tomorrow I'm probably going to get the nails, then we can crack on with the stable as well. Silly me, I didn't order enough in the first place, I didn't buy enough. What can you do? Oh, another day done. Yeah, so it's basically, yes, the first time we've had the chance to show you starting a room from scratch, even though it's not totally from scratch.
No.
But yeah, one thing leads to another. So yeah, we hope you find the process interesting. Obviously in the future now we're going to document it every step of the way, everything we do, and show you how we do it and why we're doing it, try and explain why we're doing it. So yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, tick the little bell, click all, and you'll get notified every time we upload a video.
And it must be beer o'clock now.
I think it is, yeah, time for a beer, a well-earned beer again.
Yeah. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.